Hey everybody, today I spent a little bit of time fixing up Exter the ball python snake's tank or terrarium or vivarium, because slowly it is starting to become a living work of art. I have some petrified wood in here in the back covering up wires. I drilled 2 holes into this branch and I hung it using 2 wires. I put a sticky trap at the top in case any fungus gnats start to come out of the moss, but I checked it for a couple of days and made sure that there were no bugs flying out of it. We just placed Exter back into the tank and she looks like she's checking it out. I'm using some cork here. This helps absorb some water. I put some dried magnolia leaves for some good bacteria. We got a couple of plants in the back, an orchid, a lily, and a pothos. I took this flower pot here and I layered it with gravel and some dried moss and some peat moss, and then I put in these clumps of moss here to help build the humidity up. Moss only needs about 2 hours of light a day, so I'm hoping that some light comes in from my windows over here and helps out, along with this awesome light that I got recently from Fluval. This light is amazing. It has an on-off switch right over here, and I work it from my app with the Bluetooth, and it does sunrise, some cloud cast in the afternoon, sunset, and turns on to blue light at nighttime. I use a little bit of petrified wood here. This way Exter can come underneath here if she wants some warmth. This rock gets warm. I have a heat lamp up here with a heat bulb, ceramic bulb, no light. This way I'm not disturbing her and I leave the heat on even when my Fluval light goes off. The Fluval light is actually only on 20% because I don't want the plants in the tank to grow too fast. So I'm keeping everything really low light. I have another piece of cork over here, and what I do is I make it pretty easy for me to get Exter when the time is right. This covers her 2 favorite hides. This is a humidity hide. There's 4 sponges in here that I wet up every once in a while, once a week. I make sure that they're clean and not covered in any mold. And when she goes inside there, it's got a higher humidity. I also have a heat pad on the bottom of the tank with a thermostat right underneath the substrate that regulates the temperature with this controller over here. Right now it says it's 90.5 degrees on the floor there. My temperature control and my humidity are behind the petrified wood back there, so I don't spray it with my misting bottle. And you can see right now I just opened up the tank so the humidity dropped, but it's 75 degrees and 55% humidity. It was at 65% humidity a little while ago. I have a piece of glass on top of the cage here to help keep some more of the humidity in. On this side I don't have anything. She has the humidity over here and the substrate stays decently wet. I fill this up with water so that that brings upon a good amount of humidity. And I can just turn these 2 domes over anytime I want. So she's got a dry one over there, which is that orchid pot, and a humid one over here. This piece of cork fits right in here and covers them up real nicely. And what I did today is I also laid out this flat moss. I have a bit of a tunnel here so that she can go underneath the cork here to get onto the other side. This is kind of like a little bit of a viewing chamber on this side. Sorry about the reflection. Too much light. There we go. And this is what it looks like, guys. I'm gonna try to hang some moss from the branch, maybe some sphagnum in order to cover up the wires. But I really love this tank. Got this tank at PetSmart. Lets me come in from the front instead of from the top so I don't freak Exter out. Snakes don't want hands coming down at them. It looks like a bird or something trying to scoop them up. You should always come behind your snake and you can pick her up away from her head. Don't shock them. I also feed extra inside of a different fish tank. This way she never gets fed inside this one. That makes it so that she never expects any food. So when I put my hand in here, she doesn't ever think that it's feeding time. So this is what the tank looks like. Planted a monstera there recently. Try to just liven up this side of the room. But I hope everybody likes seeing Extra the ball python. She's a super pastel and she vanilla is her genetic makeup. And she's pretty calm and docile. Not too much care. I feed her once a week. Frozen mice that I warm up with some hot water. And then she relaxes for a couple of days and warms her belly up to help digest. Snakes need to warm their belly up for the bacteria to help break down the food that they eat. So I'm still working on the tank. I guess I could do something across the back over there. Or at least I can put another piece of photo on that side. I think that would be pretty awesome. But so far, this is how I've worked the tank. She's just going into her hide, and I'll turn down the light. I turned it on for this video. So that's it, guys. I hope you like checking out my enclosure. I hope it made sense in case anybody needs any help setting up theirs. I'm gonna keep it moist, try to keep the humidity higher than 60%. And as long as I know that the floor is 90 degrees and the rest of the tank is in the 70s, I think that'll make her really happy. I do use this heat gun. It's a laser heat gun. I shouldn't go through the glass, but if I do, you can see that the top of this cork is 80 degrees from this lamp. The lamp's 167 up here, but the heat changes really quickly. So this is the perfect size for this tank. And you can see it gets a little cooler as we get onto this side of the tank. So I keep everything right over here. And here goes something else. This is the first shed that Extra produced. So we keep that right in here so we remember what size she was when we first got her. All right, everybody. Take care again. Till the next time. See you later.